Ladies and gentlemen, I'll repeat that again. My voice is a little harsh right there, Kaish. Ladies and gentlemen, we in 2026, bitch. I didn't mean to press that. We in 2026, bitch. Hell yeah. Oh my God. Chat. Happy New Year, even though it is January 2nd, but it's still the new year. You feel me? The first few days are still a happy new year. You know, you could say happy new year to whoever the fuck you want. Cause I mean, hey, it's a new year. 2025 is now finally over. And we in 2026. Who would have thought, Kaish? I tell you, it ain't the end of, it's not 2012. I remember back in 2012, they were saying, the world was going to end, this, that, and so forth. But it's 2026, so we should have a solid year. God forbid, fingers crossed, nothing bad happens. But it should be another good year. Clap it up again, y'all. With that being said, welcome to another edition of What the Hell is Happening Sports. It's your boy, the one and only NERO. And we back in the flesh on a Friday night, guys. Hell yeah. You see, I know the last time, I think it was on Monday, I was here on stream. I said I will be at my normal setup, right? So before I got on stream, I tried seeing what's up with my setup, but the Wi-Fi was acting up. Now, usually when I am at my setup, the Wi-Fi acts up a little bit. And I knew this wasn't going to be a long stream anyway, so obviously I'm back, in the room. You see the Pats how do you call it, hang up right there. I forget the name of it, but you see the Pats thing. You see me in the back. Shout out to young me. See the trophies. See the big three right there also. So we back in here for tonight. But when I do go on my next stream beforehand, I will prepare my Wi-Fi, see what's up with it. That way I can get back down there. You feel me? Because that's where the real shit gets talked about. You know what I'm saying, bro? But yeah, we here, 2026. We do got a few things to talk about. The Celtics have been doing well, per usual, but they've been doing well. JB's been doing what he got to do. The Patriots, though, obviously, Sunday is their last game of the regular season against the Dolphins at home. But a couple Patriots players have caused some distractions earlier this week. We got to talk about that. So we do got some things to talk about. With that being said, the first thing I do want to talk about, though, off topic, right? Let me get this for y'all real quick. All right, boom. If it lets me show it. Bingo. First things first, chat. If you haven't already, follow me on TikTok, as you see right there, at WTHH Sports. Post TikToks. You know what I'm saying? You see me a whole lot. You're probably wondering, oh, are those the same videos? Well, who would have thought? Because if you go on my YouTube as well, if you haven't already subscribed to the YouTube channel at WTHH Sports, like we're broadcasted live right now, you'll see a lot of the same, basically you'll see the same videos. You feel me? So if you haven't already, for YouTube, like the video, like my videos, whether they're shorts, past lives, this video included. Subscribe to the channel. Please, I appreciate all the support I can get if you mess with Boston sports, Red Sox, Celtics, Patriots, even BC at times, whether it's BC football, BC basketball, that I do tend to talk about a little bit when I have the chance. I bring you that here. We're also streaming live on Twitch at the moment as well, at WTHHS617. I'm going to change the name soon, but I'm currently live on Twitch right now. So if you're on Twitch, say what's up. If you're tuning in to YouTube right now, say what's up in the comments. You already know the vibes, guys. But yeah, with that being said, first thing I want to get into, we're going to start with the Celtics, right? The Celtics, I'm going to recap the last couple games for you guys. Also, you can tell lately I've been under the weather. It isn't crazy, it isn't bad, but you can kind of hear it in my voice a little bit. My stomach been acting up. I don't know what it is, but a lot of the shit I've been eating lately just, low key hasn't agreed with me. I don't know why. I don't know why. But first things first, had 2 games this week. First game we're going to talk about because the Celtics are out west. This was Tuesday night's game, 129-119 final in Utah. The Celtics took down the Jazz, right? So we're gonna focus on the Jazz real quick. Especially their starters. Not as you can see for the starters, you got a couple guys scoring in single digits. We're not going to worry about them, but I will say, Keontae George, I got him on my fantasy team, just like Jusuf Nurkic, as you see also. Keontae George, for a young player of his caliber, he's going to be special. He's already special, but he hasn't scratched the surface yet. 37 points, 13 of 24 shooting, 6 of 12 from 3, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, and a steal. He had a monster game, especially in the first half. In the first half of Tuesday night's game, he was a dog. He was a problem for the Celtics. He was. Celtics won by 10, but he was a problem. No cap. He has a bright future. If the Jazz could just put it all together, hopefully Ace Bailey continues to develop. Ace Bailey's currently hurt. That's why you don't see him on the stats right here. He's hurt. Him, Keontae George, Ace Bailey, Isaiah Collier, who had a decent game, 7 points off the bench. Kyle Filikowski, mass bred from Massachusetts, 10 points off the bench. But if these guys could develop more and they keep Lauri Markkanen in the long term, this team is going to be something within the next couple of years for sure. The Jazz are set up for success. Shout out to Danny Ainge for running the show over there. Shout out to Will Hardy, their head coach, former Boston Celtic assistant coach. Ainge is a former Celtic executive. He was a GM. So the Jazz are set up well right now. They are. They just got to put it all together. Jusuf Nurkic turned back the clock, 26 points off 10 of 11 shooting. He actually went 2 of 2 for the 3-point line. So, hey, that's how you know it was a Jusuf Nurkic night, a vintage one. 8 rebounds, 8 assists. Damn, he almost had a triple-double. And Lauri Markkanen struggled a little bit, 6 of 16 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block. So shooting-wise wasn't too great for him, but he still had a 20-piece. But yeah, the Jazz are still young, but they have a bright future. Ooh, now for the Celtics, as you can see, 6 guys scored in double figures. Let's start out with JB. Mr. Jaylen Brown, 23 points, 9 of 19 shooting, 6 rebounds, 10 assists, 2 steals. So going into this game, Jaylen Brown actually had a 9-game streak of 30-plus points. That actually ended. So he was going to try to basically overtake Larry Bird for the franchise record, but sadly, that couldn't happen. So for JB's efforts in tying the record, we got to clap it up for him. But this is his first 10 assist game since 2022. So he had a double-double, 23 and 10, obviously. His first 10 assist game since 2022. Even though he didn't get 30, he still dished it out to his teammates. He still played a great game. So, Jaylen Brown's having a great year. Hopefully he's an all-star starter. He's definitely going to be in the game. And that's why he has the Celtics in the position that they are now, third in the Eastern Conference. So shout out to JB. But the player of the game overall was Derek White. Derek White, 27 points, 8 of 16 from the field, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 7 blocks. Yeah, no bullshit. Derek White had a performance. He had a performance. That stat line right there, the last player to have a stat line like that was Michael Jordan. Yeah. The GOAT. The GOAT, Michael Jordan. Now, here's the thing also. With Michael Jordan's stat line, he did not have 7 blocks. Derek White is the first the first player to have that actual stat line. He also actually tied the record for blocks in the game by a guard. So for that, Derek White, I applaud him. I tell you, man, Derek White is a defensive menace for real. Blocks, steals, but especially the blocks for a guard, man, he's something else. Like, even when he doesn't have great nights shooting, he always tries to make it up defensively. But a night like this night, hey man, I feel like there's gonna be more games of this, especially block wise. He usually has a couple blocks. He'll either have 1, he'll have 2, he could have 3. But I don't know. There's something telling me like I feel like Derek White might have another 7 block game. He might break the record this year. I don't know. It's just he's just too scrappy, bro. He's just him. He's him in his own way. No cap. Shout out to D White. So yeah, we had those two. Neemias Queta, 12 points off 6 of 7 shooting, 3 rebounds, 3 steals, and a block. Great game by him. Peyton Pritchard, 18 points off 8 of 15 shooting, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, and a steal. Shout out to Playoff P. Shout out to Crypto P. Shout out to Double P. Shout out to my boy PP. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then let's take it to the bench. Luka Garza, 15 points, 6 of 8 shooting, 100% from the 3-point line, 6 rebounds, a steal, and a block. Great game by him off the bench. Shout out to Luka Garza. Anthony Simons, though. Last couple games, I should say. We'll get into the game after this one. Anthony Simons. Surprisingly, Anthony Simons is actually having his most efficient season in the NBA. Offensively and defensively. Defensively is still a work in progress. It is still a work in progress. But you can see he's trying to play defense. And with him trying to play defense, when he does get big minutes, it pays off. 20 points for Anthony Simons, 6 of 15 shooting, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. Almost 28 minutes off the bench. So, hey, can't go wrong with that. When Anthony Simons is going crazy off the bench, the Celtics usually do well. You know what I'm saying? So, sadly, I've said it before, he may end up getting traded at the deadline. He will be a free agent next year. So, the Celtics probably don't have real big intentions to keep him. He's kind of in a similar boat to Dennis Schroeder back when the Celtics went to the finals in 22. Now with Dennis Schroeder, he did well here, but he couldn't play defense. You know what I'm saying? He was coming off the bench. He was scoring, but the defense was You feel me? Anthony Simons is younger. He's trying to play defense. You can see it. It's not the best, but at least he's trying. So maybe that might be more enticing for the Celtics to keep him. But honestly, I see him getting moved at the deadline. I do. Possibly for a big man. Possibly for a Ivica Zubac. Maybe that might be enticing for the Clippers. We'll see. But overall. Actually, let me fix this. My fault, chat. My fault. Let me there you go. Overall, so obviously the Celtics 1-1 to start their road trip. They lost to the Portland Trailblazers Sunday night. We talked about that in the last stream. So 1-1 so far on the West Coast trip, right? Now that was Tuesday night. Let's get into what happened last night, guys. Let's get into what happened. Last night's game. 120 to 106 final. Celtics beat the Sacramento Kings in Sacramento, obviously, West Coast trip. Now, starting with Sacramento, there's a reason why I'm going to start with them, and somebody will get saved for last. Now, as you see, 6 guys scoring double figures. I'm not going to really dive in depth on everybody in the double figures. I'm not. Well, actually, you know what? I might, because what I got to talk about, actually. All right. To start off with, Preston Achiuwa in the starting role right now, 14 points off 5 of 9 shooting, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Maxime Renaud, 12 points off 5 of 8 shooting, 8 rebounds and an assist. DeMar DeRozan, 25 points, typical DeMar DeRozan performance. 9 of 16 from the field, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and a steal. You know, he's DeMar DeRozan. That's his type of stat line. So you already know. Russell Westbrook struggled. He struggled. 10 points off 3 of 11 shooting, 2 of 9 from 3, 3 rebounds, 6 assists. Turnovers hurt him, and he did have 5 fouls. Russell Westbrook was not a great game by Russell Westbrook. I feel like Russell Westbrook was one of the reasons why the Kings couldn't, obviously they ended up losing the game. Russell Westbrook, you got to be more consistent. He's not he's a little bit older. He does play great. He does, but when there's nights that he's off, he hurts his team for real. And then, like I mentioned, former Celtic Dennis Schroeder off the bench, 18 points off the bench, I should say. 7 of 12 from the field, 3 rebounds, 7 assists. Great game by him. Keon Ellis, young guard, 16 points off 6 of 10 shooting, 50% from 3, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and a steal. Now, the guy that I wanted to save for last, before I do, Malik Monk only played 6 minutes. I don't know if he got hurt. I don't know, but he finished with no points. That's not encouraging. I don't know. That's kind of weird. I watched the whole game last night. I didn't even notice that he was only out there for 6 minutes. That's crazy. But the guy who I wanted to save for last is Keegan Murray. As you can see, Keegan Murray had 7 points, 3 of 13 from the field, 25% from 3, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and a block. Keegan Murray, what the fuck are you doing? Act like I had to let that play out. Like, bro. All right. Now, this is a little rant. For those of you that know, I do have Keegan Murray on my fantasy team. I have Russell Westbrook on my fantasy team. I actually have Keontae George and Yusuf Nurkic on my fantasy team. Hence why I showed them some love. And it was genuine love. Now, these guys right here, I did it to Russell Westbrook already. Didn't go too crazy. But Keegan Murray, I know you started off the year hurt. I get it. But you are the future of this team. This guy has been very inconsistent lately. He really has. He actually has. Like, no bullshit. I'm seeing Keegan Murray drop 20-point games, grabbing a good amount of rebounds, blocking a shot or two, doing what Keegan Murray does, shooting well from 3. Lately, there's a lot of inconsistencies with his game right now. Like I said, he started off the year hurt. He had thumb surgery before he started out the year. Last week, he hurt his calf. He was out for a couple games, right? So the injuries play a role, yes. But if you're in the NBA and the type of player that you are and how well you did in college, bro, you're a top 5 pick. Actually, matter of fact, you're a top 4 pick. You got to be more consistent, bro. This is your team. And most importantly, nigga, you need to be more consistent for me, nigga. I need you to win, bro. I need your help to win these games in fantasy. Like, real shit. Same goes for you, Russ. Like, bro, y'all niggas got to help me out. Like, what more do I got to do, bro? What more do I got to do? Like, for real. Like, I need to see more consistency out of you, bro, Keegan. I do. I really do. You have the talent. I need to see more consistency from you, guys. I really do. Come on, bro. Come on, my guy. You know. But you know, this Kings team right now, you look at everybody right here, right? I'm going to tell you right now. There's only three guys or three or four guys that I say that aren't going to get traded from this team. It's going to be Keegan Murray, Maxime Renaud, Neat Crawford, Keon Ellis, and Devin Carter. So there's probably five guys right there that aren't going to get traded. Everybody else will get fucking traded at some point. Even Zach LaVine. Y'all don't see Zach LaVine out there, but, you know. I tell you, the Kings, they went to the playoffs a few years ago. Man, what happened to the Kings, bro? They're lost. They're lost. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't. But Keegan Murray has to, in order for them to, you know, take a step forward, because he's a young guy, Keegan Murray has to be the leader in terms of, you know, production-wise. He got to. DeMar DeRozan, Russell Westbrook, Zach LaVine when he comes back, Dennis Schroeder, and even Malik Monk when he does play. You know, those are the guys, obviously, those are the catalysts. But Keegan Murray's the future. He has to be the one. He has to be that guy for them. He has to take a step forward. He probably won't be the leading scorer. He could probably play second or third fiddle to some of these niggas, maybe even fourth fiddle. But he's the future. They just gave him a big contract too. He got to lead the charge. He got to lead the change, I should say. But that's the Kings for you. Now for the Celtics, since we go, you know, the winners go last, right? JB almost had another 30 ball. 29 points off 11 to 25 shooting. Only shot 1 to 9 from 3, so he struggled from 3. 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Great game by him, but he has to pick it up with the 3-point shots. So that was only negative on his part. Neemias Queta, 13 points off 5 of 6 shooting, 5 rebounds, a steal and 3 blocks. Great game by him. Derek White, 16 points off 5 of 13 shooting, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. A typical Derek White game. Peyton Pritchard, double P, 16 points off 6 of 13 shooting, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal, and a block. You know, Derek White and Peyton Pritchard, you know, have struggled throughout the year from threes. They gotta pick it up. They got to. Those are, you know, and even JB at times too. But yeah, the big three got to pick it up from 3-point land for real. Sam Hauser had 15 points off 5 of 7 shooting. All of them were threes. 5 rebounds, assists, and a steal. Anthony Simons, 14 points. Played 30 minutes off the bench. 5 of 13 shooting, 4-7 for 3. Great, you know, 3-ball. Great game from him from the 3. 2 rebounds, 4 assists. And then Luka Garza, 11 points off 5 of 6 shooting, excuse me. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. So, hey, Celtics 2 in a row. They got a new winning streak going. You know, they're doing well. We know what they could do. They have today off. They do play the Clippers tomorrow night, I believe. Yes, they do. 10:30. Ivica Zubac, is back for the Clippers. Oh, actually, let me get rid of this. My fault, chat. If you haven't voted for the All-Star game, go do so. I voted a bunch of times. You know who I voted for. But yeah, Ivica Zubac is back. He's coming off a calf injury. I believe he was out for about a week. He's probably going to be on minutes restriction, but he'll still be a factor. So let's see what happens. He's also a trade target for the Celtics. He should be. If he's not, he should be. Ivica Zubac on his team to add size, to add strength would be great. So he gets, the Celtics get to see him up close and personal tomorrow. You still get to see James Harden. You still get to see Kawhi Leonard. So, you get to see a lot of these niggas. So, yeah, let's make it 3 in a row, chat. But overall, great start to the week for the Celtics. Now. This right here, chat. Now, we're going to get into some shit right now. No bullshit, chat. We're going to get into some shit. Let me just take a breath real quick. I got to take a breath real quick. And I got to check fantasy basketball too. Got to check my fantasy. All right. Okay. All right, bet. I'm doing well. What was I going to say? All right, bet. No, we're good on that. Like I was saying, so we're gonna move on to football, right? We're going to move on to football. Now I tell you, I'm telling you, bro. Real shit. Distractions to a football team that come at a crucial time, most of the time, does not help a football team. It brings a football team down. And with this shit that occurred earlier this week, man, niggas got to do better for real. Niggas got to do better. I ain't gonna cap. I'm not gonna cap to you, chat. With that being said, let's get into this shit. From the New York Post, written by Dan Martin, Patriots Stephon Diggs, Christian Barmore don't say much in their first comments since disturbing allegations. Yeah, this is, I tell you, man, shit be happening at the wrong time to hurt a basketball team. Excuse me, to hurt I said basketball. I'm stupid. To hurt a football team. No cap. No fucking cap. Now, look, these disturbing allegations, right? Let's start with Stephon Diggs because he was the first one. News broke out. He was the first one for news to break out early in the week. Diggs is accused of felony strangulation and or slash suffocation, as well as misdemeanor assault and battery related to an incident in December. That incident occurred a day after the Pats played the Giants on Monday night. That day was December 2nd. The situation involved who's involved in the situation, I should say, is Diggs's chef. And I guess there was a altercation in Dedham, Mass. I'm not too far from Dedham. Quite frankly, Dedham is less than 5 minutes away from me. So Stephon Diggs was near my hood, Cuzshhh. He was near my hood. Who would have thought? Diggs. He commented about this shit. He said today, actually, he couldn't comment on the matter. But this is what he said, though. It's been an emotional time dealing with everything, he said to Sports Illustrated. It's definitely an open case, so I can't even say anything about it. But obviously, he's no stranger to issues away from football. He was accused of hitting and choking a female employee during a money dispute in his home last month. This is actually the incident. It is the incident. So he is set to be arraigned on January 23rd, and his attorney has denied the accusations, of course. Christian Barmore. He's scheduled to be arraigned in February. He was charged with assault and battery on a family/household member. These charges occurred to an incident on August 8th when Barmore was allegedly angry about the air conditioning temperature in his bedroom, and when the couple also said an alleged argument over food. Okay. The woman intended to open the door and scream for help, but Christian grabbed her before she could and threw her to the floor. Today, Barmore spoke about only spoke about the regular season finale against the Dolphins when pressed about the legal situation. And he said, and I saw I saw a little bit, I saw the interview. He only took a few questions, but everybody who asked questions, all he said was, I'm focused on Miami. Just play football. That's all he said. Obviously the NFL is still investigating. Well, not investigating, but they're still doing their due diligence. They haven't acted yet, but both guys, Diggs and Barmore, are still eligible to play. If they were to get suspended, it will probably be at the start of next year when they do get suspended if they were found, guilty of these crimes or whatever. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. So, unfortunate news to start out the week, right? Now, Pats Dolphins Sunday afternoon, first 4:25 game of the year for the Pats. It's a home game, obviously, last game of the year. Injury report. The Pats will be without Jared Wilson, Kyrus Tonga, Harold Landry, and Robert Spillane. All of them most likely are due to rest. Will Campbell is probably not going to play either. Milton Williams will probably not play as well. They have been activated off IR, I believe. They're still not going to play. They're probably going to save them. So at least what I think. If they do play, they're probably going to play for a little bit. A lot of the backups are going to play. It's the last game of the year. So everybody doesn't have to overexert themselves. For the Dolphins, Minka Fitzpatrick is out. Devon Achane is doubtful. He's doubtful with a shoulder injury, right? So this should be another Pats win. You got what's his name? Tua's not starting. He's been benched. He hasn't started the last couple weeks. Their backup quarterback, I'm blanking on the name. Let's see. Oh, Quinn Ewers. I'm bugging. Almost forgot his name. Quinn Ewers will start for the Dolphins, right? He is going to start for the Dolphins. You don't got to worry about Tua Tagovailoa. Fine. It's a loss here for the Dolphins, basically. It's last game of the year. It really don't matter. They ain't going anywhere. The Pats have the opportunity to play some guys, probably only for a half, but maybe only for a quarter, maybe only for a drive. Who knows? I don't know. Diggs should play. Diggs is 30 yards away from 1,000 yards. He's also 8 catches away from 90 receptions. So if he plays, he's aiming for 8 catches. He's aiming for over 30 yards. That way he can make some money. I think Drake May is going to try to get him paid. I think so. So, yeah. There's that to look forward to. Might be a Travion Henderson game to start out, but expect Dearness Johnson to get some run. Probably Jack Westover, if he's healthy enough to play, will probably get a catch or two, maybe some rushes. Who knows? I don't know. The backups will play. You'll probably see a lot of Kyle Williams for sure. Efton Chisholm. Yeah, you're gonna see a good amount. And on the defense also. So yeah, there's not really much to talk about of this game. Like I said, 4:25 game. It's gonna be on Fox. If you have Verizon, I'm sorry. You won't be able to watch the game. You're probably going to have to legally stream it or some bullshit like that. But yeah, this should be another cakewalk. It should be another cakewalk. Pats are already division winners. If they win, they are the 2 seed. Most likely they will be playing the Chargers. So yeah, the Chargers are not playing anybody on Sunday. They're looking to rest. So yeah. So should be another good weekend. It should be another good weekend for the Pats. So I'm happy. I'm happy with the season. It's about to be playoff time. Great regular season is about to end. But the distractions gotta chill. There can't be distractions for a football team going into a special part of their year, because you don't want that. You don't want to have that linger as the playoffs roll on. So yeah, that hopefully we'll get more answers out of that. Hopefully these guys, their situations, take its toll in the offseason. We'll see what happens next year. But overall, yeah, man. We can't have any negativity. Cannot have any negativity going into the playoffs. We don't want nobody to get hurt by it in terms of, status wise and whatnot. But with that being said, chat, I kept it short and sweet for y'all because I'm about to sit back, relax. Yeah, I'm telling you, my legs was hurting, my stomach's acting up. I'm about to chill. But this has been another edition of What the Hell is Happening in Sports. It's your boy, the one and only NERO. We was back with another one. Next stream. It will be in my setup. I will make sure my my Wi-Fi is smooth. I'm gonna get back down there. I know y'all get tired of me in the room setting. I got to get back to where the magic happens, guys. But yeah, I love y'all. I really do. I hope you guys have enjoyed the new year so far. Again, it's 2026. Hey, man. Hopefully 2026 can get back to 2016 vibes. You already know the vibes, guys. Hell yeah. But yeah, chat, I'm going to catch y'all on the flip side. Y'all be easy. Y'all be safe. I'm going to see y'all very soon.